So I have some thoughts on my end. I'm not going to leave this out. But I think in these kinds of conversations, it's far more important for it to, it's really driven by you in your experience. When, like, how is trust built, and how is trust built? How do you trust within yourself? So self-trust built, not within
Doing,
with others. Doing,
doing. Yeah.
doing. Tell me more about doing and trust. And my question here would be, this would be power and anything else, or love and anything else. Is
Mm.
actually, to tell you the truth, I'll be really honest with you. What I heard with the doing, I heard power is like, got me, and I know that one. Doing, that's how we build trust. And literally the part of me that's out here, I'm like, love, do you agree with that one? Do you agree that it's by doing? Just let me just check in there.
Yeah, but trust needs to have evidence. You see, it's where could I take it from doing?
You may not need to. Like, I don't want
Mm.
to create anything that's not there. I like, let's treat this as true.
Maybe I can take it the way of creating. Okay. So trust is creating experience that is equally fulfilling to both sides.
Let's play with that, right? Because what's been on my mind for a little bit, and you're leading here. You said trust is doing, and then when pushed a little bit on that, you're like, well, like you need it, like it needs evidence. It needs evidence, and evidence lives in the doing world. Like, how should, like, and then for another place, you're like, it's creating experience, you know, and that's like, and I think that element of creating experience, doing, and getting it needs evidence. They're all living in the same world, right? So
For me, not, because creating, it is doing and being experience. Yeah, experience for me, it's doing and being. So it includes the feelings. It includes kind of staying in the presence. That's for me the difference. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I
Maybe
get it.
not big
I'm
one,
grateful.
but the result.
No, I'm actually really grateful for it, because the word experience means a lot to me. And as you just said this here, you created a new distinction for me. You helped me see, like, why is this word so important? All right, great. So right now what you're saying is, like, it's actually the path of both doing and being, and the path of that, in order to walk down that path, that's through creating experience, right? So let's keep this. Let me just come out and say it in this way. Love talked about space, being free, no obligation, being weak and not being ashamed of it, joy and enjoying life as it is. All right. The invitation I have for you is, over the next 2 weeks, in each of your coaching conversations, or each of the places when power would show up, choose for each day of that week one of these themes to focus on, such that you can bring that into the experience of power. So let's go with no obligation. Let's use this in the coaching context, right? Also, coming from our conversations in the past, we've talked a lot about responsibility, and how responsibility comes in. When I see no obligation, I'm like, boom, responsibility and obligation are tied right here. And some of the things we talk about a lot is, like, the relationship of responsibility when, as a coach here. And as I'm listening to this, I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh yeah, like, I can immediately see where, if love is the representation of no obligation, if love has that, no wonder why you feel so much responsibility toward getting people to where it is, and we've talked about how that might be actually impacting you getting the results, getting that, actually helping your clients have the space to get the result that they want. So being able to take that on, like, in my mind, right then and there, like, that's an example of how love being in the power space actually opens up so much more. being weak and not being ashamed of it. That to me is vulnerability, you know? And are you willing to be in your, to take a day where when you're coaching with people, you're getting the experience of like, I'm going to actually be in the vulnerability of this for whatever today is. When I get the chance, I'm going to practice, I'm going to experience, I'm going to experiment with just being weak and being vulnerable. And there's two elements of it. You said being weak and not being ashamed of it. So we open this space of vulnerability, but then also throughout that day, you're checking in with yourself. And when the shame comes in or whatever, then you give yourself, we work on the standpoint of calling that out, of allowing it to be like, actually today, I'm not really allowed to be ashamed of it. Like, I would want to ask you intellectually, like, what would life be like if you're able to be weak and not be ashamed of it? I don't think you know. I don't think you know the answer to that right now. Yeah. So it's like I can't ask you that because it's not a lived experience for you. So right now it feels like let's create some experiences for you. You know power. You just spend some time hearing from love as to like what is important to love in this space. We were hearing earlier about the things that love wanted to run away from, like doesn't want it to be ruined, doesn't want to like lose that space there. And instead, now we're going to go and start infusing love into the power. And if you already got power and you know power, that's great. Let's go ahead and bring that. Let's go ahead and bring love into that space as well. How does that sound to you? Let me check in with you.
Oh, sounds like a challenge I can take on.
Yeah. And my invitation to you is to go all in on it. Like for that day, whatever it is. So you said, do you have this written down? Do you know what these words are?
No, you can send them to me, didn't you?
I'll send them to you. Okay. Space.
That would be very helpful.
Space free, no obligation. Mm-hmm. Say it again.
Space free, no obligations. Mm-hmm.
I'll send it to you, but I want to just articulate it here. Space free, no obligation, being weak and not being ashamed of it. Joy, and then something separate, enjoy life as it is. All right. Like that to you right now is love. If you go and you spend 5-10 minutes journaling and there's other things that come up, you can choose what you want. But I'm gonna invite you to choose 7 things so you can get at least 2 iterations of it. But to make that your theme of the day. And anytime power shows up, you only have to remember one word here. It's like, okay, how can I, like, what is the space that I can create in this? How can I have both of these two exist? There's no right way to do this. There's no wrong way to do it. I just invite you to do it and to, for the next 2 weeks, go through this exercise, no judgment, no anything, just see and start to experience and start to build that bridge of trust of like, oh, this is possible. This is possible for me. And I don't lose my power. It actually makes me even more powerful. Like there's stuff in here that I think we can intellectually say it would be possible, but until you try it a few times, like it won't actually be available to you.
Yeah, I'll take it like a game.
That's it.
It's the World Joy Movement. Yeah. What was your greatest insight from this conversation? And if you want to come and be a part of a conversation like this live, it's really simple. Just go to beworldjoy.com and come introduce yourself and let's take the conversation to the next level because you're there now. All right, let's play.